If you pitch a product poorly, guess what? You won't get picked. My name is Adria, and today I'm going to give you some best practice tips I have observed when people pitch their ideas at hackathons, when they're pitching for investors, or even if they're just trying to get people to be their co-founders. So, got back from the Foursquare hackathon, had a great time. We built a fun product that helps people fundraise through Foursquare check-ins. We're going to keep working on it. And I got together this list because I saw some things that were done quite poorly when people were up there. Now, the first thing I want to do is just run through the outline, and then we'll go back through a little bit and just practice, right? It's just you and me. It's the camera. It's no big deal. When you are pitching your idea, and it may be the best idea in the world, you need to focus on a couple of things. Now, the first one is you need to connect with your audience. What does that mean? It means you need to hit a pain point, just like I did in this video, right? I talked about winning. I talked about people applauding and recognizing your value and your creativity, right? Who doesn't want to be recognized and appreciated? Everyone. I know there are people, I don't actually like being appreciated. Skip you. All right, so connecting with your audience, what does that mean? Think of a time that is related to whatever it is you're pitching where you felt strongly about something. Like, how about you're walking down the street and then you stumble over a crack, and right, we all know the story. Everybody looks at the crack like that made them trip, when really it was them. That's a way to connect with your audience. I saw two people tonight say, hey, has this ever happened to anyone? And it was crickets. Instead, if they had said, you know, I hate it when XYZ happens, then in everyone else's mind, they would have been thinking, yeah, me too. That's connecting with your audience. What does it do? It gets their attention. Once you have their attention, you can direct it to where your product is. Nice. So that's the first one. Next one is validate the problem. Now, you're pitching a solution, and ideally it's fixing something. How do you go about showing that this is actually a problem? There's a lot of ways to do this. You could cite statistics. You could do social proof. Maybe you did a survey. Do something that people get, and they go, oh, that makes sense. Well, that sounds like they did their research. That's going to draw them in deeper to this thing that you're getting ready to share with them. That's going to solve stuff. Now, next I have here, explore some solutions that are out there. You know, maybe there are things people have been trying. Like a great example I love to always talk about is the fact that the USPS, the United States Postal Service, which is managed by the government, is out there. Yet, we have FedEx, UPS, even DHL came into the picture. And we still have couriers in every major city. So it's not so much that USPS isn't doing their job correctly, it's just that people need different things. And so if you can find that opportunity for your solution, and that's what you're helping the audience understand. So don't be afraid. Talk about some other solutions, right? Because you're going to point out what they're lacking in a minute. My next thing here is present your app and the name of the app. Make sure it's very clear, you know, so now people can start thinking about it. Also, if you're going to have them do an interactive sort of session, this worked really good today for the company that won the Foursquare local audience pick. Let people know that up front. Say, hey, this is going to be interactive. I'm going to have you do, so be prepared to whatever it is. In this case, we need to do a Foursquare check-in. So everybody kind of had their phones ready because they knew what was coming up next. So help your audience along with this, right? Now it's your time to solve, solve, solve. Now remind the audience of the problems. We talked about this. That's still a problem. Oh, here's another problem. Oh, here's another problem. And here's how my app, my solution, our solution, my team, us, we solve it. And do whatever you can to show them, but make sure that you are connecting with them as you're telling them the story. So what I do in my YouTube videos, people love it. It works. So I think that same sort of pitch concept applies. And yes, I'll be doing a training on Tuesday here in San Francisco on how to make awesome YouTube videos that sell. And so I think connecting with people is such a huge part of it. Next, go ahead and demo it if you can. Now, as they say, please consider doing a recorded demo, because like technology will always just puke, right? It'll be a database problem. It'll be an internet connectivity issue. It'll be a delay in an SMS message, like because a lot of people did integrations to Twilio for the Foursquare hackathon. Don't let that make you look bad. So have screenshots, have a video so that, you know, and even just play that while you talk. Then you don't have to click around on the screen because your video is running behind you. So you can use stuff like Camtasia Studio, right, which is great from TextMath. There's also ScreenFlow. Now, Some things to keep in mind when you are doing a hackathon is you probably have 24 to 48 hours. So always think MVP, minimally viable product. You do not need something with 100 bells and whistles. Like, for example, if you had to boil water, yes, you could build a teapot, or you could just pull out just a regular pot and boil the water. So think about it that way. You don't need a kettle to boil water. Sure, it's nice, it has a whistle, but do you really need that to accomplish the main task? No. So for like ours, we decided that we would focus on showing the ability to create a Foursquare event for organizers. Even though we could also show the interface for the venue owner. Nope, we skipped that. I know it's a little in-depth there. The other thing too is remember to scale down. So create a big old wish list and then go back through that list and say what here would help people understand the most what this app does. Pick those items and work on those. And then I have here constantly iterate. So let's say that you thought, oh, we'll have this done by 2 o'clock, by 3:30, whatever. Just check it out and say, you know what, I think we're going to need to change here. We're going to need to try something different, try something new. I know Hadia tried at least 3 different authentication Ruby scripts, right, to tie into Foursquare, stuff like that. And I worked with Hadia so for this hackathon. So if you're like, who is Hadia? Oh, yes, so she was my partner for this. It was awesome. We did a great job. So here's what it comes down to, I think. When it comes to winning someone over about your idea, whether you're pitching to an investor or you are pitching at a hackathon, your product should look good. I mean, it should just have clean lines. So try, get a designer if you can, please, please. Ask for help from someone else. We did. Make sure it looks good. Second is make sure it's functional. Whatever the MVP thing is you chose, a minimally viable product, make sure when you click that button, something happens so that people get how it works. The next one is make sure you make it clear to the people watching who the market is, so that it's not like, oh, maybe 4 people would use this. I mean, it should be very, very clear. So like for us, for the app that we were working on, we were focusing on event planners, people who love to donate, who want to donate, who feel powerless, or they feel like when they do donate to a good cause, it's being very diluted. So how can they maximize their giving? And there's a lot of passionate people out there. And social good is totally like a viable business product, right? Or business model, I should say. And why am I saying business model? Because yes, I just got this book, which Steve Blank mentioned at Startup Weekend, yeah, which I'm very, very excited to read. It has so much great stuff, and it's like full color. I am so excited to take a look at this. Anyway, so those are my tips on how to pitch successfully at a hackathon or to your next set of investors. Good luck. Love to hear how you do. Leave a note in the comments down below. Take care. Bye.